interceptions, defensive player, but it was special teams as well where he was dominant.
Here's a 45-yard try for Lewis Ward, and he misses it. He pushes it right, so Mario Alford's going to bring it out to the 10. And you get another big return going. He has something going. Ward can't touch him. And Richie Leone, the holder in that play, escorts him out of bounds, but another big return for Mario Alford. From Thor to Thor Light, and that first down across midfield. Taking to him, Harris buying himself some time, and he has a receiver. It's Picton again. Mitch Picton with his second catch of this season debut. Downs game they played in that Eastern Semi in Toronto last November. Here's Harris quickly again, and he strikes, and it's the first catch. And it's Tommy Stevens, former Stampeder, short yardage expert in. See if he can tie this game, and he does. Pending the convert, of course. Still 1 point away, but the first touchdown of the season for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, scored by one of the newcomers, quarterback Tommy Stevens.
Look, in the backup court, in the quarterback room in general, but with regards to the backups, their short yardage player in Tommy Stevens, who
there for Saskatchewan with Lothar and the point after try, and put down there by the new holder, Joe Couch, pushed off to the right, but it is good.
I mean, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
Second and 6, the Rider 34. Flag comes out. Looks like a free one, and it's Emilus with it. Lots of room after the catch, too, inside the red-black 45 for Emilus. Into this game, big chance now at the Ottawa 9. Empty backfield, Harris, end zone, touchdown! Samuel Emilus. His dad's to what he did last year and the year before. In the end zone again. A connection from Harris.
Percentage and his accuracy, how accurate he is all time. Second to Dave Dickinson in that category all time. And he
has swung to the home side with the point after try once again from Lothar. Bumps it through. Percentage all time and 9 for 11 so far in this first half. Throwing again, completing again, Emilus again, and he's not done yet. Still moving inside the 40, 35, down to the 30, and they're at the very least in field goal range and looking for more. First field goal now with the new holder, Joe Couch, and no problem at all. Short distance, 3 more points on the board for the home side. See Lions in 2023, his first year. Back with the Riders. Harris quickly again. Keyshawn Johnson, a nice cut. Yards after the catch, after that nice move. Following the catch to get it inside the Ottawa 40, and already in scoring range for the Roughriders. Up 10. Quick fake over the middle, and wide open is Johnson again. And more good running after the catch to get it all the way down to the Ottawa 15. Saskatchewan striking quickly in the first half. And the Ottawa 15, a first and 10. Harris.
ran off again.
And off to Bertrand Houdon. After the catch, 5. Touchdown. Great way to start the second half for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Call, and you could see right after that play, he kind of just ducked his head and went, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! That was a big one." Well, this is even bigger. He gets in the end zone. Nice move and patient run to get outside.
Gets the touchdown, and Brett Lothar for the point after again. So 24 unanswered points for the Saskatchewan Roughriders with 9. Evan Shin had 10 straight games over 2 seasons with at least a touchdown in each one. So Saskatchewan still with a 10-point lead, and Mario Alford still just chugging in these returns. What a great opening night he's had. Dawson Pierre wrestling him.
We're not good in the giveaway takeaway.
Utilized 8 times, and that unnecessary roughness one really hurts them on the kickoff. And that's Emilus waiting for it, catches it. From the Ottawa 28, Riders coming right back, starting with great field position and good running here. Thomas Bertrand Houdon, Saigio left side, the Ottawa 20. Riders had led by as many as 17, trying for that again. Here's the catch by Emilus. What a night. Inside the 10, Emilus still fighting his way down to the 6. A chance in the game, knocking on the door again. after the injury to A.J. Ouellette. Bertrand Houdon.
Don is his own guy, and whenever he's got his opportunity, I mentioned his 6.6-yard average on limited opportunity.
He got back to within 10, but what an answer for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Another level.
It's a first down. Red Blacks up to the 32 after the catch by Stanback. Brown loses time, and he is down. Coming in, it's Haba Baldonado. Did it to Emelis back in the first quarter, so here we go. Red Blacks down 5. Under 3 minutes, big pressure coming in is Jameer Thurman with the sack on Brown back at the Ottawa. To be sure for the Red Blacks now. No more punting. See what they can do with Brown getting chased by Malik Kearney. He got him. Mike Rose helps him out. The Rider defense stands strong again up front. 27 yards. This is it on opening night. Brown completes it underneath the Stanback. There's a lot of yardage he needs, and he doesn't quite get there. Shy by 2-3 yards. Riders are going to win this game as they turn it over on downs with 40 seconds to go, and the ball in the Red Black zone. The Saskatchewan Roughriders like this, though. Opening night in the 2025 Canadian Football League season belongs to the home side. Saskatchewan beats the Ottawa Red Blacks 31-26.
It's a beautiful Saturday evening in Hamilton as we get set for the 1-0 Riders visiting the 0-1 Ticats to wrap up week 2 in the Canadian football. 16th all-time in the CFL in passing yards. Bo Levi 11th. Empty backfield this time for Harris. Gets it away. Has a man at the 35. And it's Keyshawn Johnson who he does move that ball quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah, and talked about that seam throw.
Back on the ground. Ouellette finds a hole. And he finds a first down. A little bit more, too. Look at that. He'll not be stopped almost all the way up to midfield for A.J. Ouellette. To the top, Tim White in the slot. Down to the left here for Bo Levi. High snap, hauls it in, some pressure coming. He's in trouble, and he is taken down. Right down Main Street, Jameer Thurman.
I think he's got tons of football left in him.
Oh, now he's got some extra motivation as well. Here's Harris, gets it away, and waiting for it and getting there, getting underneath it a little bit, is Mitch Picton.
Thought his returns after a little Ottawa momentum were really important in that win.
Gave them some great field position. Takes this at the 41. Trying to kick it out. He's in trouble. Can he escape? He does! Mario Alford to the 50. Now he'll get to midfield. And how about that effort from Mario Alford?
Guys.
Underrated part of the game, isn't it, Suits?
Well, it is.
Here goes A.J. Ouellette. How about this?
Look at this.
He's going to get down to the 20. Looking for a stiff arm. Gets away. Touchdown, A.J. Ouellette. House call for the Riders. Get out of his way. He was not going to be stopped. Saskatchewan's on the board.
I was running back into the end zone, and the receivers downfield have to get it done for this type of play to happen. If they get a block downfield, the DBs can't make that last gasp tackle before the running back gets there. So A.J. longest run of his career.
Kadeem Carey back in the game, and he breaks a few tackles. Where did he come from? Looked like they were going to stop him, and he's got a first down.
Toronto defensive player or special teams guy, and you're sitting on the sideline watching this, you're going, I love it. I love it. He's not going down if you catch it.
Clock ticks at 10. Harris gets it away quickly again, and that is caught just outside the 40.
I know in high school we all kind of played a little both ways, but
Mitchell down the field, and that's going to be intercepted by Milligan. He's got it in midfield, down to the 40, little bit of room, all the way down to the 20, still going to the end zone. Got there. Touchdown Riders. Roland Milligan takes it away from Mitchell and takes it to the house.
a little pressure, and I think it affects the throw from Mitchell. He gets a hit right there, and he can't step into that. Although there was coverage everywhere, and Roland Milligan gets his first of the 25 campaign. A little Garney Henley-ish as he runs back to the end zone.
Yeah. Harris looking for a couple more. A.J. Ouellette back in behind his quarterback. Will they give it to him? No. Harris has a man in the corner. Got it for 2. Drops it in there for Duncan Busby. 3 yards on those 4 carries. Mitchell under pressure and taken down. Wow, C.J. Revis wasted no time getting there. Depth chart's 1,000-yard rusher, so lots of motivation for both of these guys. Harris down the middle of the field. That's caught again, and it is Duncan Busby who's having himself a bit of a game. This one from just 25, and that is up, and he'll push it through just inside that left upright. He has 19 yards. Try to get him activated here. Harris throwing. He's got it midfield, just as we were saying. Time to get Emelis going. From midfield, tied at 17. Ticats bring some heat. Ouellette picks it up. Harris down the field, lays it out there. And Myers, does he have it? Looks like he did.
The ruling on the field is a catch. First down.
And what a catch.
What a catch. The left toe. Drags the left toe right there. And you only need one.
40-yard attempt. That one is up. And this time it's good.
Steal the win here in Hamilton.
Keyshawn Johnson finds it, took a look, found some space down inside the 50, and eventually forced out of bounds. Ticats bring a bunch. Harris gets it away. End zone shot hauled in. Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, they're going to rule him out at the 1. Oh, to get another look at this one.
Hamilton, and Trevor Harris had to wait a split second to get Johnson open on the out.
Play is under review.
That's a touchdown.
Let's take another look at it. We'll see if we can show you some other angles, but the ball is the important part. If the ball is across the plane, well,
it's originally from way up here.
The ruling on the field has been overturned. Yeah. Touchdown.
Keyshawn Johnson finishes what was basically his drive. Lawther for a 7-point lead. But this thing is far. Once-all-year, he wasn't sacked last week. Can they keep him clean here? They lead 27-23. He's throwing right back to Keyshawn Johnson. Why not? That's a 100-yard game to his left. 6 on the line for the Ticats. They'll only send 3. Harris looking down the field, can't find anything, wants to take off, still scrambling around. Now he'll throw, and he's got Keyshawn Johnson who hauls it in just inside the 30. First down, Riders. Trevor. So far tonight, this a 29-yarder from just inside that left pass. It is up, and that is wide. He's missed it again. Oh no! Tough night for Lawther. Empty backfield for Mitchell. High snap. Hauls it in. Gets it away. Broken up. A.J. Allen getting the start here tonight. And he seals away victory with the pass breakup. And the Riders will survive in Hamilton.
Thank you, Kate, and welcome to the 6, where the heat is on in more ways than one. For Friday night football, as the 0-2 Toronto Argonauts will take on the currently undefeated Saskatchewan Roughriders. The 4th quarter for Keyshawn Johnson against Hamilton last week. What the former 5th-round pick out of Purdue, Daniel Johnson at left tackle, as Trevor Harris gets popped but completes the throw. And down the field, A.J. Ouellette gets wrapped up by Isaac Darkangelo. Amazing run last year as the Argonauts went on to claim their 19th Grey Cup banner. They celebrated it last week, and now Tommy Stevens, the short yardage quarterback, is celebrating a big first down run. Finally pushed out of bounds by Derek Sloan,
giving his quarterback the edge.
Great seal on the edge, and we'll see if they can get back that way again with a lead blocker in front. Ouellette cuts back to the 10. 5. Nobody will stop him in his return to Toronto. Thor's in the end zone.
Again, this time It's a kick-out block, so you don't need the edge there. You just need the hole in that C gap, that gap between the guard, or excuse me, just outside the tackle. The kick-out block by Brammer gives Ouellette that lane.
Lines this one up from a little further away. Solid rush from Toronto.
Nails it.
And Lowther splits the uprights. Great hands. Making the most of them here early on in his CFL career as Haggerty sends a wobbler down. Mario Alford waits for it at his own 30. Now picks it up and hits the Jets. A 48-yard punt. Alford turns the corner, cuts it back, puts his head down all the way to the Toronto 45-yard line.
Slant's open behind him.
Harris in rhythm. This time he pumps, little double move to the outside. Myers is free, catches it at the 10, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Instant offense after great field position.
Here, watch this. Up the field, little inside slant. Then I'm going to go back out. Takes 2-3 hard steps to that quick slant, which they've run a few times already in this game.
He's the football like he did so successfully in the playoffs last year as the extra point is up and good. Quarter. As Harris looks left, pumps, comes back the other way. Mitch Picton ball up for grabs and hauls it in. Harris also got hit at the end of the play.
Result of the previous play.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Toronto number 95. We'll go up 15 yards from the end of the play. It's going to be first down for Saskatchewan.
That's borderline getting tossed. Play like that.
I've just been knocking through extra points so far in this one, but makes the field goal attempt here. Folks, he's been great to start this season. Can't hold that one in. Is pressure on now, and Arbuckle thrown to the turf. He's making plays all over the place in his 4th year out of the Guelph Griffins just up the road. There's A.J. Allen down here deep in the score zone, but Kevin Brown stays in the backfield. He'll hand it off. Nope, pulls it out. Arbuckle got running room, giving chase, running for the end zone. And it's C.J. Rivas that turns him around, or at the very least slows him down just enough.
Inside, fake that handoff to Kevin Brown and see if you can race to the corner.
Oh, now Arbuckle got stuffed. Short yardage package was in. Scrimmage hands down late here in the first half as they'll hand it off inside. Arbuckle goes looking to push. They can't get across the line, and the Riders stack them up. Oh, but there's flags at the end of the play.
We'll take a look at whether or not Kevin Brown even got close.
The result of the play is the runner was short of goal, so it's a turnover on downs. After the play, we have 2 misconducts penalty, both 15-yarders.
Offsetting.
86 Toronto, 8 Saskatchewan. Those penalties offset. It's first down Saskatchewan at the 1-yard line.
Everybody was cheering for him. It didn't matter what jersey they were wearing. He's got that kind of confidence here tonight as Harris looks to the left, passes complete across the 55 and running free. Breaking through coverage. It's Dante Myers off to the races, being chased down at the 10-5. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Riders. A 70-yard major.
In the last 2 games, whether it was Hamilton or Toronto here tonight, that little in route, Trevor Harris has been living on it in the last 2 games, but this was all Dante Myers after the fact. He just outran the angles and found the corner of the end zone. And she runs the in, but watch how he outruns the angles. There's the in route, and stop it there. Now you got a couple of angles to try and catch him. You got to go to the goal line, the corner, and then come back. And they just, Dante Myers got him in behind him.
Cannon working here tonight at BMO Field for the Argonauts scores, but Saskatchewan begins
that sale real quick here.
5 receivers available for Arbuckle on second and long. Pressure on, down he goes. And Saskatchewan, who came in tied with Toronto for 6 sacks in the CFL lead, adds another here. It's the former Calgary Stampeder, Mike Rose.
A little bit to McManus.
Argonauts need to finish after that explosive Myers 71-yard touchdown. This isn't going to help. They'll back themselves up.
Shane Ray, he's been fired up all night.
4-man rush from Saskatchewan. Arbuckle steps up, looks down the field, wants to take a shot. Dave Unger, it's up in the air, and it's intercepted. Tavon Campbell.
it was almost as if he was saying to Nick Arbuckle, yeah, you can go ahead and think your receiver's open, sure, no problem. But when you throw the ball, I'm going to make that space up in a hurry.
Comes in at quarterback. Stevens goes left this time. Tries to get to the outside. Off tackle. Leans forward. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. They grind their way to a fourth quarter major.
The indicator for the Argos that it was coming that side because they like the lead block and the edge block from Keyshawn Johnson.
In CFL off-season movement. Empty it out, 3-by-3. Harris looks into the window. Keyshawn Johnson makes the grab and dives forward inside the 25. And Harris stared down Ouellette, didn't he? Argonauts showing blitz. They'll send it. Harris has to get rid of it. He does. Underneath. It's caught by Johnson. Another first down for Saskatchewan. No rush to speak of, and goes wide. Decisions. Ball on the tee, 23 seconds remaining, 32 all. Alford crosses the 20 to the 30 to the 40. He's got something to the 50. Come on races. No one's going to touch him. No flags down. Walk it off.
Do you kick it to Mario Alford or not? Wow. He has done this all season. Not the all the way back for a touchdown type returns, but the field position advantage that he has given the Riders all year is one of the main reasons that they're going to improve to 3-0 in the season. Mario Alford's been their unsung hero, and wow, it doesn't get any bigger than that one.
On the tee for Lowther, knocks through his 5th extra point of the evening, and that will do it. Mario Alford plays the hero. Toronto had to battle their way back into that football game over and over and over again.
Well, it's a nice little Saturday evening in Regina as Week 4 rolls into Mosaic Stadium. An excellent early season battle in the West as the Riders host the Lions.
As he had for years in Coach Mueller in Calgary.
He's also played more against BC than any other team in the league. They're going to start it on the ground and a little bit of room. A.J. Ouellette midfield before he's eventually tracked down from behind and a big pickup on the ground. Now we get to Lowther, just 50% on the year, 4 for 8. 34-yarder here, and that one is up and through. So a good start to the game for Brett Lowther in a pretty. They've won games. 2nd and 10 for Mayer. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Takes the snap over the middle, and that one is caught just inside the 45. Took some punishment to do it. Touchdowns already on the season as well. Stands into the right of Jake Mayer. They give it to him. Another big hole. And he continues to churn those legs. First down, Riders. Yeah, he's at 55 already. We're trying to dawn in there now. They're going to bring some pressure. Mayer, deep shot down the field. Wide open on the near side. Will stay. And he holds it in just outside the BC 45. Big play from the offense.
Even though he was wide open. Back shoulder catch, but he had to keep his feet in bounds, and he's
a deep field goal attempt, 48 yards for Lowther. He's just 1 for 3 beyond 40 this year. That one is up, and he's got it. That's his deepest of the season. Was here early. Mazzoli trying to get something going for BC. They'll go on the ground. Good jump cut by Butler. Ball pops out. Riders are on it. Was Butler already down? We'll have to get another look at this. They're going to say Saskatchewan ball. I think it was close, but here we go.
got possession there. Ruling on the field is fumble. Saskatchewan ball. They'd have to see evidence to overturn it.
Is under review by the replay center.
Turnovers are always reviewed automatically. No challenge necessary from either coach. You see that it went out. You just can't see his legs.
I was going to say, were his knees down?
After automatic review by the replay center, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Just one catch for McInnes so far in this ballgame. Back to Butler on his butt. Oh, boy. Marcus Sales with a wake-up call to James Butler. All right, so let's do it again. Alford lurks, this time back just inside his 30. That kick will back him up. It's a good one again. 61-yard kick. Alford trying to find some space. Got a little bit, stays on his feet. Trying to get to the outside. Tackle made by Hladek. But for Brett Lawther. This would give the Riders the lead. That is up. And that one turned in just in time, didn't it? 3 to the right, 3 to the left for Mazzoli. Clock ticks. Mazzoli with some time, far side. Intercepted! Oh my goodness, on the far side of the field, it's taken away. All the way back down, it's Campbell. He'll take it to the 20. What a swing! To the end zone, touchdown, Riders! 87-yard pick six. Devon Campbell gets it done.
When you get one, they come in bunches. One last week for Devon Campbell. He got his first of the season, and this is jumping the out. The timing a little late to Keon Hatcher. From Jeremiah Mazzoli, and goodbye. Devon Campbell is gone.
As Campbell took it back almost 90 yards to the house. Curray on that line for BC here. 2nd and 8 from Mayer. Back to A.J. Allen again. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown Riders! A big day for A.J. Allen. And now he's got a major.
It's a chance, but he takes an angle that is outrun by A.J. Olette. That was the only opportunity for the Lions to make that play in the backfield, hold the Riders to a field goal.
Per punt this season. That one's going to force Brooks back, bounces over his head, and all the way into the end zone. And Brooks will take a knee.
Might be no yards.
And out of Kansas State. Dressing here for the Lions today. He waits for this kick. That's a high one. That'll hang up there for a while. It's over his head. And into the end zone. And he will take a knee. With the tackle. 2nd and 4. Mayer looks to the left. Now over the middle. Back to the left. Keyshawn Johnson finds a little bit of space near sideline and eventually forced out of bounds by Guo.
It's a D lineman, but in space.
Mazzoli over the middle. That's deflected and intercepted by Milligan. That might be a dagger. Milligan's got it. Back to the 30. Can he get a block or two near side? Stays on his feet. They'll take it down inside the 15, and the crowd at Mosaic comes alive.
It's number 2 on the season. And Lacombo trips and goes low on the receiver. Jermaine Jackson crossed in the middle on that post.
A.J. Allen with the... That's his longest kick of the year. He had that earlier. This just 11. Up and through. Riders.
Field goal. 2 game-changing plays.
And on top of those, 10 points off turnovers today as well. Interception. Mazzoli didn't learn his lesson. That's taken away by Brooks. And he takes it back inside the 30. Unbelievable.
In trouble. We just showed you the game changer before the half. A little late on that and not looking over there to check where the coverage was. Antoine Brooks.
First interception of his career.
Drives that Jeremiah Mazzoli put on the board for points that I'm sure, you know, Buck Pierce thought, you know, let's leave him in. He's the veteran guy.
Jake Miller. Touchdown, give it to him. Duncan Busby, a 42-yard strike to get to the end zone. And he's got a TD for the Riders.
Looking for any blitz, giving his quarterback time. He picks up a little inside pressure. And Duncan Busby in behind coverage. Makes the catch.
First career touchdown for Duncan Busby. He's from Vancouver. He's a Vancouver kid. And he gets it against the Lions.
And was in that 24 draft we showed you earlier.
17 points off turnovers.
We're in this ball game. It's important.
Got credit for that last tackle, too, so he's at 11. Here's Tommy Stevens again, and Stevens takes it down inside the 25. 5-yard attempt for Lothar. And he's got a 5-for-5 game coming in to this game. He was just 4 of 8. That's on a 5-for-5. Well, they say the best things in life are worth waiting for. And if that is indeed the case, this is going to be the best game ever. From 100 in his career. They start on the 39. VA over the middle, intercepted in midfield. An early takeaway from A.J. Allen, and the Riders defense starts it with a bang.
Drop from the linebacker spot and is underneath to rip that down.
Early momentum swing in favor of the home side. 47-yard attempt, left hash for Lothar to get the Riders on the board. That kick is up, and he nails it. Vaughn, quarterback for his first couple of years in college, then transitioned. And that pops out, and the Riders are on it. C.J. Rivas, I believe, as it bounces away from Dedrick Mills. And the Saskatchewan defense coming up huge.
Defensive end, inside pass rush move, but watch the hustle on the backside. Don't give up on the play. Keep with it. The shot from behind is what dislodged the football.
It's a good decision. Now, during the game when he received the head injury, Harris admitted he didn't feel right. He told me he felt fuzzy. Symptoms lingered longer than he expected. But the rest did give him 2 major benefits. He got a lot of sleep.
Adams forced backwards in the pocket, and he trips and stumbles. And that'll go down as a sack for Shane Ray, I believe. 3 options, wide side right for Adams. He's throwing it, and that's intercepted in the end zone. Taken away, now it's bobbled, and Calgary almost had it. A mad scramble, batted out at the end of the end zone. What is happening here? Well, let's sort this thing out.
Coming out of Vernon Adams' hands. Right off the edge. Yeah, there's the hand that gets it. Might have been Ray again. C.J. Rivas was not touched down in the end zone, so technically he can get up and run it out of the end zone, although I don't know why you would want to.
We have an interception in goal, followed by a fumble out of bounds. By rule, it's going to be the defense's ball, first down at the 30-yard line.
So the last to touch it going out of the back of the end zone was a Saskatchewan Roughrider. Although, wow, I don't know about that.
An important 10 yards looming here for the Riders. Harris, he wants more. Down the field, and that is hauled in on the near sideline. Robustelli.
Jump ball for Robustelli with 3 receivers for the Riders out of the lineup due to injury. Sam Emelis, Schaefer Baker, Sean Bain. Robustelli getting a chance to play, gets the right foot down. They're protecting the middle.
Harris over the middle this time, and he's got a man down at the 30. Keyshawn Johnson takes it inside the 20. And the Riders putting together the best drive of the ballgame. Harris. And the Riders are marching. Now he's going to look for an end zone shot. Got it. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Robustelli's got its first. Riders have life.
Robustelli shows you a little bit of a burst at the top.
Father, make it a 7-point game, and that's exactly what he will do. Last week. Trips to the right there for Harris. Goes to his running back, A.J. Ouellette, who's wide open, and Ouellette pushes it out past midfield, and he's going to rumble it down of the ball game. Ouellette. Calgary's going to bring some extra bodies. Harris steps up in the pocket, down the field, drops it in there just inside the 30. Robustelli again. He's on fire here this afternoon. From the 26, Harris. A.J. Ouellette, look out. Oh, he stays on his feet. And now he pushes it ahead.
Someone else?
Well, the time is now here for Trevor Harris. Down 14 with 11 to play. And a good pass out to the 30.
Good start.
Finds Myers. Kyle Wilson with the tackle for the Stampeders defense from the 35 now. And that's another first down all the way out to the 50. Second and a couple. Harris throwing again. Quickly gets it away. Robustelli takes it down just outside the red zone.
Putting the deep one for a touchdown.
Quiet day for Keyshawn Johnson. Harris dumps it off, and that's going to be pushed ahead. And that was Keyshawn Johnson for Trevor Harris. He is at 403 yards, and they've only got 10 points. Harris down the field even further. And that will be taken down just outside the 35.
I don't know how. Don't confuse us here. The roof is open at BC Place as the Riders roll into town for a Saturday evening matchup against the Lions, known around here as the Watermelon Smash game. It's the second of 3 meetings between these two.
He's had 70% completion or better in 8 straight games. That ties the lead record that he and Dane Evans had previously held. Here's A.J. Ouellette. More yards on this play than all of last week against Calgary. He goes for 16 of Dunbar last week. A.J. Ouellette back in the game for the Riders here. Harris, deep shot down the field, drops it in 5, end zone, touchdown Riders! An early strike to Dante Myers, and Saskatchewan goes on top.
You're going to go deep, you got to get good protection here. You'll see it. Pocket kept clean for Harris, and he puts it on the money. Harris, one of the most accurate passers.
For Myers. Lawther for a 7-0 lead early, and he puts that one right down the pipe.
To Myers going deep. Trevor Harris having time in the pocket to step up and deliver it. He just put it on the money.
McGee on the return for BC. Ball pops out. Riders have it. Taken away on the near sideline. Dolkey. And now they'll battle for it as McGee went in to try to get it back. And it will be Riders ball. Disaster early for the BC Lions.
Who pops it out when they grab him? Malik Straker with the initial contact. And Jaden Dolkey. Right place, right time as it just pops right up into his arms. Couple of backup Canadian linebackers. There's just not much the tackle could do to overcome that.
Brett Lawther, 10 of 16 on the year. This is a big 3 points early for him.
We've seen a number of them switching over and playing football while we're there and making their way to the CFL.
Lions bring some pressure. Harris hit as he throws, but he drops it in there anyway. Robustelli gets the job done inside the 30. More on Robustelli coming up in just a little bit with Farhead.
Harris marching again. Down the field. Duncan Busby's got it inside the 10. Harris slinging it already well over 100 yards in this ball game. Goal from the Lions, 7. Harris rolling out to his right. Finds his running back, A.J. Ouellette. Touchdown, Riders. Ouellette from Harris. And Saskatchewan in full control early out here in Vancouver.
A.J. Ouellette gets tied up a little bit on the defensive end on his release. But he's able to free himself up.
Father out for one more.
Where they try to get both those guys on the field together.
Ouellette back into the game now, standing to the left of Harris. And another first down for the Riders. This time, Harris down the field. Emelis holds it in, finds some room, and here he goes. Emelis to the 20, to the 10, and he's tackled. A touchdown saver.
The two defenders converge on Sam Emelis with this ball in the air. But Trevor Harris drops it in there.
Illegal contact, BC number 26. That penalty is declined. First down.
And we'll see Trevor Harris knows he's got a receiver coming open deep.
6 of 8 inside 40 so far this season. And he makes no mistake there. The lead is 12 intact as time ticks down at the end of the half. And he's got it again. Solid first half for Brett Lawther and the Riders in general. Starts on his own 44 with A.J. Ouellette to his left. Makes the handoff. Wants to throw. Finds Johnson. And Johnson tripped up by Williams just inside the 45. What a start to the half for the Riders. Defensively this year has an interception as well. Couldn't get either there. First and 10 from the 30. Harris pump fake. Now a shot down the sideline. Touchdown Riders. Drops it in there for Myers. His second of the game. And Saskatchewan picks up in the second half like they left off in the first.
Saw his reaction. Take advantage of his hunger to try and get that pick coming downhill. Little double move on the outside.
And straight to the end zone for the Riders. So far today, Kadeem Carey stays in there for second down as well. Lions will send 5. Harris over the middle. Duncan Busby's got it. Right at the 30. Underneath the defender. Pulls it in. 300-yard game for the Riders. A.J. Ouellette in it. Running back steps up to the right of Harris. Harris goes down the field. Keyshawn Johnson has it. And Trevor Harris is absolutely picking apart the BC Lions defense thus far tonight. 16-yarder here. Makes no mistake.
So players that he looked up to, primarily his father, Roosevelt, who was a hard-hitting DB in the NFL, also spent some time with the Edmonton franchise.
But maybe some life. See if they can activate Justin McInnes. No catches yet in this game. Rourke in trouble. Right in his face. Can't escape. Taken down. First sack of the ball game comes at a big time for the Riders D. Needing 7 yards here. Lions send 6. Harris gets it away. Wide open. Far side of the field. Myers again. Might want to pick that guy up with the night that he's having.
Up around that first down marker. Does a nice job to fight through.
Second catch of the game for Hatcher. This one's deflected and taken away by Marcus Sales. And that will likely do it. His first interception of the season. They've actually won 13 of the last 18 against BC. Here's Stevens again, trying to find some space on the far side. Turns the corner, and he's got a first down.
On a very balmy night, Kate Burness, thank you, here in southern Saskatchewan. But I am pleased to report there are no issues with air quality, not like the last time a couple of weeks ago. First meeting of the season between the Roughriders and the Edmonton Elks. Lapo receiving touchdowns leads them with 4. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion 4-man rush. Harris has time, and he completes that to Samuel Emilus. That's across midfield into the Elk zone. Lothar 14-20, longest of 48 this year. Drifting off right, and it is no good. And Javon Leake right at the dead ball line. So they get 1 point on the board.
Quarterback seeing the picture, putting the ball on.
First and goal at the 7. Good drive, Edmonton here. Faking to Rankin. Fajardo can't find a target. Tucked it down. Micah Johnson was putting some heat on him as Fajardo is down. 2nd and goal coming up here for Edmonton.
And you got a friend that's losing. You want to help, but not this day.
2nd and 3. Harris throwing to the right. He's got him. Let's wide open. First down and more. He stays in bounds. Gets it down to the Edmonton 20. And the biggest offensive play for the Riders in this game. Live for another play. Here it is. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Pressure coming. And he still escapes it for a while. But no. Finally tripped up for a big loss. It is the weak side linebacker, A.J. Allen. Finding a starting spot in the studio. Be heading to them now very soon, a few minutes away to Kate Burness. Company there. 2:50 on the clock till halftime here at Mosaic. And another catch for Keyshawn Johnson. A busy little drive now all of a sudden.
Awareness where his receiver is as he's downfield.
Here comes Saskatchewan again. And that one to Emilus. 10, 5. Touchdown. Just got to the pylon. Makes that little puff pass inside on the sweep and gets around and all the way in. 15-yard touch.
Going the other way. And you toss the ball to him, a little chest pass, and now you circle the defense. All the defenders in the box don't matter. You just make your 2 blocks on the perimeter. Emilus does the rest with the effort to get in. But Robustelli helps get this with the great blocking on the perimeter.
Second touchdown of the season, Samuel Emilus, who missed 3 games this season. He's hit them well above that in his career. This one a 51-yard try. Career highs 57. Drifting off to the right, but it is still good inside that right upright for Brett Lothar. 51-yarder.
Touchdown.
Gain of 6 for Curly Gittens. 2nd and 4 for Cody Fajardo. Faking the handoff, and he can't get it away. Malik Carney comes in. No time at all for Fajardo off that play action fake. 24 CFL draft. In on that Elks defense. 2nd and 4. Big 2nd down. Deeper. Long gets caught. Emilus again. Up at the Rider 50. That gets him out of a hole. For to watch it. 2nd down. 4 to go. Harris running out of time, but he gets rid of it, and it is complete. Flag coming out. Dante Myers still on his feet. Myers working it all the way down to the Edmonton 20, but what is the penalty coming up? It is a 2nd and goal. Here we go again for the Roughriders. Trying to find the end zone again. Trevor Harris takes a long touchdown. Touchdown Riders. Keyshawn Johnson.
Pressure and blitz. If you can get the ball out of your hands, your defensive backs are going to be...
And a trip to the end zone for Johnson. And the point after for Lothar. And what was once a vision that pass to Rankin. 2nd and 14. 4 coming, getting him again. It's Carney again. Another sack for Malik Carney, his 2nd of this game. Oh, it takes me back. I still hear the theme music too. Here's pressure. How about Baldonado is into the act. And coming in to help out is C.J. Rivas. Luke talked about that pressure. This onslaught. Cody Grace again. And a good return it is. Gray McCray, 2nd game in the CFL, filling in for
52-yarder, it's only a 46-yarder.
46 here, so 47, 51. 46-yard try is perfect. Brett Lothar they're 2 for 3. 3 more. Toronto, Winnipeg against the Argos. Right here at Mosaic. Saskatchewan has a 10-point lead. Edmonton has the ball, and there's more heat. Another sack. This time it's Shane Ray. Up to the 44 now for Trevor Harris and the Riders offense. 1:45 on the clock. Back to A.J. Lett. Onside, big hole. Pushes his way through for another first down on the ground. Biggest run of the night for Big 45.
Play's got to get 20 yards. Run up to the line of scrimmage. Call your next one. 2 positive 20-plus plays.
Here's Fajardo. Taken down. Story of the night. Another sack. Shane Ray in the mix.
Without it. Double team. Elks have to go tempo because they have no timeouts.
Here's Fajardo, and it happens again. Edmonton, seeing the Rider front look to finish this off by themselves by getting in there again. And they do. Zeros on the clock. Fittingly, it ends on a sack of Cody Fajardo. Edmonton came close.
Week 9 set to wrap up here in Montreal with a clash of Grey Cup contenders as the Riders pay a visit to the Alouettes for the first of 2 meetings this season. Montreal, the Grey Cup favorites, and could gust up a little bit more, but we are ready to get things rolling. Jose Maltos Diaz boots it away, and we are underway in Montreal. On the return, Myers, far side. What a start. He'll take it to the 50, midfield, and juicy field position to start this game. Get on the door, 2nd and 4. Ouellette moves over to the left of Harris. Harris is going to look to his right, has Ouellette wide open, far side, finds him, cuts it back, looking for the end zone, denied. Knocking on the door, but has 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. Looking for a 3rd, pushing in, touchdown Riders. Tommy Stevens finishes the job, and the Riders go on top.
For the visitors, hostile territory, always tough in Montreal when you're flying all the way east and losing the 2 hours of time zone.
7-point lead. With a bit of a statement drive from the Riders. Huge numbers. Starts here on his own 24. Takes the handoff to Ouellette. Dumps it off looking for Johnson. And a nice catch by Keyshawn Johnson. Had to turn around a bit. Montreal loading up that defensive line here. Harris wants to throw again. Gets it away near side. Waiting for it and hauling it in. Is Myers working against Saskatchewan from their own 42-yard line. 2 options to the right, 2 to the left for Harris. Looks to the left, wants to throw in that direction. He does, times it perfectly, and drops it in there nicely.
In the 4th quarter, Trevor Harris may have all day in the pocket.
Ouellette 16 yards on 4 carries so far. Harris. Keyshawn Johnson spins it back inside the 20. He's got a first down for the Riders. Montreal sends 4. Harris down the middle, end zone, touchdown. Welcome to the Riders, Tommy Neal.
How about that? Hardrick out there taking his guy off the edge, giving his quarterback lots of time to stand in and throw a dart over the middle to Neal.
In and out. Schaefer Baker hasn't been around. They've been waiting for Bain, and others just continue to step up.
Here he was. The two will go on to be teammates in the UFL, the Sacramento Lion Kings. They've learned a lot from each other over the years.
2 veteran quarterbacks in this league now. Funny, going back to 2011. Down the sideline, finding Myers. Myers to the 20, and he's pushed out of bounds. Touchdown saver from Hamlin. Big shot from Harris. 18-point cushion on the road for the Green and Whites. It's up, and it is through. Chip shot complete.
Get out a ton.
Bethel Thompson looking to throw again, and is that intercepted? Thurman laid out for it and hauled it in before he went down. Riders defense offense continues.
He fools McLeod Bethel-Thompson as he opens up looking like he's going to sit on that and then breaks across his face to make the catch. Sebasu's got to come back to the football first of all, but comfortable and take for granted excellence because he's one of the best in the league.
Low driving kick from Couch. Bounces at the 5 into the end zone. Lindsay will take the knee. Alouettes protecting against the run. So Harris is going to throw. Myers again turns around, hauls it in. Great body control as Myers spins around. Coming in, this is a 32-yarder. He sneaks it in. So Saskatchewan brings some pressure. MBT in trouble and taken down. Mike Rose gets there. Opens up a lot of options. Looks to throw. Gets it away. Finds Myers having a huge gain. There's a flag back by Trevor Harris, who hops up. Riders attack the red zone again. 2nd and 8 for Harris. Looks to the end zone. Far corner, drops it in there for Keyshawn Johnson. Touchdown, Riders. Johnson hauls it in, his 3rd of the season as Harris strikes again.
And the accuracy is bang on. That keeps it away from the defender and Wesley Sutton. Foot in for Keyshawn Johnson. Just an outstanding throw and catch to place this ball. The ball placement.
Father, one more. The lead is 22 with Evans at the helm of the offense. He's going to toss it to Tice. Trying to cut it back. What a tackle. Ray had him immediately. Ruffling the feathers of Harris in this one. 2nd in the league in sacks. Can they get there this time? Not even close. Finds Johnson, first down. Out to the 50 where they'll wrap him up. Nice run from A.J. Lane. That was his best of the night. Went for 11 yards. Now they'll hand it off again. Mario Anderson near sideline. What a burst from Anderson. And he is taken out of bounds at the 30. Straight away. Puts it home. Mario Anderson back into the game. Harris moves it. Duncan Busby took a big hit. Ball came out. Picked up by Keyshawn Johnson.
Kicks for him. And for that fan base you've been talking about.
48-yarder. That'll be a silencer.
There you go.
For Saskatchewan fans. Hey, Lowther puts it home from 48.
Thank you, Laura. Welcome to Mosaic Stadium in Regina. Great anticipation for this one. First place showdown. The leaders of the East, the 6-3 Hamilton Tiger Cats, up against the leaders of the entire CFL, the 7-1 Saskatchewan Roughriders, the Stavros Katsantonis, their veteran safety. Bannatyne in. Harris looking down the middle. The throw back to Keyshawn Johnson. And being covered there by Walton, one of the Riders. Saskatchewan won in Hamilton back in week 2 by 5. Mitchell under pressure, running around, trying to escape and get rid of it. And a flag comes out with all that heat. Malik Carney in there on Bo Levi Mitchell. Extra lineman in on this first down and 10. Taking the run quickly again. Back to a similar play. This time it's Dante Myers with it. So fake to Couch to put it down. About the 28. Lother in their last game was 4 for 5 in Montreal. And dealing with that breeze, Brett Lother on that kick misses it to the right.
CTV Morning Live Regina, that's where I got started. I only lasted 1 week on weather, though. There's a reason I ended up in sports.
Oh, Brett, you say the weather's harder to do. I can believe that. Deep shot, caught, and heading into the end zone for the touchdown. Making it rain there. In a different way to Dante Myers is Trevor Harris. Another touchdown toss
place, almost got 2 interceptions. So what do? You double move him. You attack with him inside move, and then you go vertically up the field. He jumps the double move. So great game planning. Hey, watch it.
To Ouellette, 3-2-1. Did he break the play? A.J. Ouellette, and 2 more for the Roughriders as he
pull back tight so they can get good numbers in their run game.
Mitchell, 2nd and 7. Runs out of time. He is sacked. Caleb Sanders comes in and takes Mitchell down back at the 54. 2nd down and 7 for Mitchell and the Ticats. Pressure coming. Malik Carney has him, and finishing it off is Micah Johnson. Big pressure coming up front from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They get to Mitchell.
They're going to relay down to Corey. Hey, let's go ahead and throw a challenge flag here. We think this is going to be PI.
Harris hands off to Ouellette. He cuts it back right and finds some space. Good run here by A.J. Ouellette. Another 1st down. Working it down to about the 25 of Hamilton. Watching the play clock. Gets it away. The pass here to the end zone. Tommy Neal. And Saskatchewan does indeed add to its lead before halftime. 2nd touchdown.
Neal in man-to-man coverage. They've got kind of a double move for him. Wheels up the sideline, gets behind the defense for the touchdown before the safety. Career McMaster, I think, is a great signing for them to bring Tommy Neal into the building. Good veteran presence.
That's a point after 3 for Brett Lothar. Clock ticking. 12 seconds. 3rd and 2. Mitchell loses the football. It does get recovered there by Quentin Barrow, but it's a turnover on downs. And just 4 seconds on the clock.
This defensive line's trying to pressure both, still making him hold the football because it's zone, but they're voiding certain areas of the field.
59-yard attempt for Brett Lothar. It's accurate. It's good. What a moment for him. He had a miss from a much shorter distance the other way in the 1st quarter. And he's loving that, and so's the crowd. They got to the red zone twice, but ended up with field goals both times. That was back in the 1st quarter. Mitchell again with pressure coming. Deep shot. Right. Intercepted. Devon Campbell jumped in front of the intended target there. Shamar Bridges and the Ticats.
Okay, you see the center gets beat. You like sometimes having your linebackers on the center. I think you get good opportunities. I think Malik Carney was lined up over in that spot. That's a mismatch center on a defensive end to be able to go make the play. It's the ball short. Eliminate the time for the Ticats with the win.
7 more yards for Ouellette. 2nd and 3. Throwing, caught, 1st down. Keyshawn Johnson. Inside the 35, working it down close to the... So 1 for 2 on the afternoon and looking to make it a 16-point lead. Gets that one up. And no, misses that one again. So missing twice going in that direction. And so they were at the 12 after recovering the fumbled punt return. But penalized with the hold for the 22. Back in week 2, he had a pick 6 against Bo Levi Mitchell and the Ticats. Milligan with the interception to snuff out any chance for points.
Play here, it's the play of the underneath linebackers, because as you see Allen and Thurman there, you've got to throw it over those linebackers. He's trying to throw it to a spot to Lawler, but it's just it's hard to throw between 2 defenders, so the ball ends up high.
Well, we've seen Hauser intercept passes before, did last week. Here's Harris again. 2nd and 7. Doesn't do it often, but does it effectively there. Trevor Harris, who has in his long career had over 1,000 yards rushing. Lo and behold, he's 16 for 20 for 220 now. Trevor Harris. Throwing again. Keyshawn Johnson down to the 20. And another first down. And this Rider. From the Hamilton 16. First trip to the red zone. Another
is, and he's going to see the picture, and he's going to throw it. He looks right, flips his hips back left, sees Roby 8 yards right now.
And a 2nd and 10. Mitchell running out of time again. Up front, they come in and taking him down. It's the weak side linebacker coming in, A.J. Allen, with the sack of Bowley. 8-1 on top of the Canadian Football League. That's complete. Another completion, another combination there of Harris. Gotta go. 5.5 minutes left, down 17. Let's see Mitchell again. Pressure, running around, can't get it away. Another sack, kind of fitting the way this game is gone with the pressure coming from the Saskatchewan Roughriders defense. 2nd and 9 now, Riders. 26-9 they lead. 4.5 minutes on the clock. That's in behind and taken there by Tommy Neal. A couple of catches in this game, including one for his 2nd touchdown, and he does some.
Had to use the timeout.
2nd and 10 after the timeout. Johnson getting it all the way down to the Hamilton 20. Because of the air quality by a day with the Stampeders coming up with that win. Lothar, field goal attempt. A tough one for Brett Lothar, but gets that one through.
Thank you, Kate. The last time these two teams played, we had to wait a full day to actually watch them play. We don't have to wait here. It's a perfect afternoon for football. They're on for the field goal right here. After a tough week last week, this one from 28 yards out. His kick is up, and it's wide. Oh. Let's see what the signal is. I thought the signal was wide. This time Adams with the fake, looking deep, but he slips. Still goes deep, and that one is intercepted by Calgary, or by Saskatchewan. Roland Milligan with the interception. A throw that Vernon Adams probably wants back.
Yeah. But veterans, Flo Rimolade brought in on the D-line, Damon Webb on the back end, Moncrief in that linebacking play.
Big kick, almost makes it to the end zone. Let's see where they mark this one. As it goes out of bounds, they are going to call it a touchback, I believe. Adams and the Stampeders trying to add to their lead as they take over on Saskatchewan's 49-yard line. Some extra linemen into the game here, and Dedrick Mills is going nowhere. Malik Carney says, sorry, not happening. 1st and 20 now for Saskatchewan. Harris finds Myers again. Nice gain on the play before being brought down. Still about 4 yards short of the first down, but even a starter until the 3rd game of the season. So racking up numbers at an impressive rate. This time Harris steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off, put his head down, and get the first down. Should you be doing that at 39 years of age?
One sack. So this pressure piece for the Calgary Stampeders is serving them well.
Stampeders showing blitz here. Harris steps inside of it, has a receiver. It's Johnson. Cuts back inside across the 40. He's got some room across the 30, across the 20. Can he stay on his feet and run down inside the 10-yard line before being knocked out of bounds by Webb?
This is a downhill guy.
2nd and 7. Harris drops back, looks inside, has a receiver for the touchdown, Dante Myers.
Authority on this drive. Keyshawn Johnson supplying the big
125 yards. We'll see if he can get close to that number here. Lowry, who missed it
game in the last one.
Harris dropping back to pass. Looks deep to Johnson, who has it inside the 20-yard line. Harris is definitely heating up. And
Johnson, Myers stepping up. 5th and 7th in the league in receiving coming into this week.
2nd and 10, the handoff to Ouellette on the draw. Cuts to his right and should have the first down. A.J. Ouellette on 2nd and 10. First lead of the game. Actually, they did lead 1-0 at one point. But can they get a second straight touchdown drive? They can. Del Duncan Busby from 10 yards out, and the Riders have the lead.
Stands out on this play. Good protection up front. Gets through his reads quickly, spots Duncan Busby on the outside.
Saskatchewan 49-yard line on the first down. Vernon looking to throw it quick. This one batted up into the air, intercepted. Jameer Thurman has it. And a late flag coming in on the play. I think that's after the interception. Unfortunate for Vernon Adams with the deflection there. There drops back to pass, looking over the middle. Has a receiver, Keyshawn Johnson, with the nice catch. He still wants to play.
Thank you, Kate, and happy holiday weekend, Canada. This has been the scene all week. City Hall in Regina, and proudly displaying that Rider flag. And Bomber fans know how to stir it up, don't they? Friends don't like friends wear green. Yeah, Winnipeg has arrived. It's the 60th Labor Day Classic between the Blue Bombers and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Game 5 for him, and a first down for Winnipeg across the 45. There's Brady Oliveira, and Malik Carney greets him. Takes him down for a loss on the play. You know that Rider defense will be keying on number 20.
Of Allen Ford, a Rider great.
Second down and 10 now after the incompletion. Collaros facing the heat, and down he goes. Malik Carney adds to his sack total. That D-line a force to be reckoned with, and they make room for this Labor Day Classic. On the second and 12, Collaros, they've got him again. Ball comes out, and who's got it? They sort it out. What a big turnover this would be for the Saskatchewan Roughriders and Malik Carney. Turnabout's fair play. This time, Collaros coughs it up.
The second time they've moved him into that defensive tackle spot, and again he is going out and around. This time it's Gabe Wallace. Great swim move to get to Zach Collaros before he has a chance to even set his feet and throw this one. Ball comes out, arm wasn't moving forward.
Now, what can the Riders do with it? Looking for their first points of this Labor Day Classic. Harris to left, cuts it back into the end zone. Uncontested. Touchdown, Saskatchewan.
Cut back and vision from A.J. Ouellette here. The play is designed to go to the short side of the field. He puts the brakes on, sees the wash.
They cash in with a touchdown with a point after try from the new dad, Brett Rother.
Away from an end rusher.
Here we go in a second and 7 now for Harris near his own end zone. And he gets him out of it on that play. Dante Myers turns around and picks up more. Finally taken down by Cam Allen. Great work after 40 to the 41 now. Second and 4. Trevor Harris and the Riders down by 3. Late first half. Throwing here. And it's caught. And more. And heading into the end zone for the touchdown is Tommy Neal. One quick strike. And the Riders have the lead.
And Tommy Neal is going to, against a zone look on defense, is going to turn it into a man-to-man with a little inside cut that freezes Cam Allen, the safety. That allows 83 to get in behind him, and Trevor Harris hits him in stride.
69 yards for Tommy Neal, his third touchdown catch.
Silent count.
And they get him. Collaros taken down. Ali Saad, their first draft pick in 2025. Harder for Collaros in the Winnipeg offense now. Noise picks up. Second down and 10 for the 26. Pressure. Micah Johnson has it. He's the latest to add to his sack total. That relentless Rider defensive line strikes again for Micah Johnson. Lawther 0 for 1 last week in Calgary. Had a tough one against Hamilton a couple of weeks ago, but that is perfect for the veteran.
Now lifted off his shoulder, and he's made one tonight.
And how many times have we seen it come down to a field goal in this classic? Who knows? Tie game. Dante Myers has the catch, has the Rider first down. Upper left, right around midfield in this tie ball game. Faking to Anderson. Quickly over the middle, juggled and caught by Romastelli. Gets it inside the Bomber 40, and another first down for the Riders. So both of them moving up the charts on this night. Trevor Harris now, 13th all time. There's Mario Anderson breaking it off inside the 10-5. answer by the green and white. They have the lead again.
With just 8 touches, he comes in and spells A.J. Ouellette when he needs a rest, but he brings something different to the table. Look at that burst of speed in the hole.
Back to their 17 now. They're going backwards. Get a second down and 24 now. Setting up a drawn Oliveira. And working his way up across the 25. The ball comes out. The Riders have the football. And watch the ruling here by the officials.
Well, was he down? Was he down?
A big decision.
The ruling in the field is the ball carrier fumbled the football prior to his knee being on the ground. Therefore, Saskatchewan will have the ball. We also have an objectionable conduct penalty on Saskatchewan number 42. We're going to go back 10 yards. Saskatchewan football.
On that second and long, Brady Oliveira got some of it back, but that ball came out just as the knee was hitting the turf. In. Riders pressing. Up 6. Back to Ouellette. Breaks it right. The A.J. train inside the 10. And now he's down inside the 5. And we got a first and goal coming up here for Saskatchewan. Mario Anderson at a touchdown earlier in this half is in, has the ball. 3, 2, 1, pushing towards the end zone, and another Saskatchewan touchdown. Anderson again. Riders add to their lead with more points off turnovers.
And Mario Anderson getting a chance to get not just 1, but 2 touchdowns, his first 2 in Canadian football.
And here, we'll see if they can make it a 14-point game. Looks to throw to the left. Wide open, they get it. A Joe makes his presence felt in his return to Saskatchewan.
Boy,
Hibbert Classic. Gonna be a classic finish. Second down, Harris quickly to the right. It is caught. It's Keyshawn Johnson with Dietrich Nichols there, but end the game, make it a 2-score game. Big third down coming up here, and he's going to punt it. A little quick kick, and a good one it is for Harris as Nichols takes it down at the goal line and then gets tackled in the end zone.
They rule
They award a safety? Romastelli coming in, they do. It's a safety, it's 2 points.
Upon review by the replay center, the ball carrier momentum brought him into his own goal. By rule, this is a single point.
So 1, not 2, and it's starting at the 40, 1:21 on the clock. Need a touchdown and a 2-point convert. Pressure, down he goes. Sacked again. Jameer Thurman coming in. A sea of green and white. 2-point trot.
Speed is what makes him such a great DB. He closes on this. Zach Collaros thought he had an open receiver. That space disappeared in a split second, and look at him go. He is not getting caught from behind.
All the way back to the end zone to score 2 for Saskatchewan and make it a 4-point game. Another look here.
I don't think it was the wrong guy to throw to. He just underestimated the speed and the closing ability of Tavon Campbell.
And a year ago, when the Riders went for 2 and didn't get it, you see Collaros in pursuit, but to no avail. The Riders tried an onside kick. Thank you, Kate. Part 2 of our triple header. Part 2 of the home and home between the Riders and Bombers. But to everybody here, it is quite simply the Banjo
athletic linebackers are all close to the ball.
You could really see the Riders last week wanting to make sure Oliveira wasn't a big part of that offense. And defense rules here for Saskatchewan. Again, they had 5 sacks of Collaros last week. Malik Carney had 2 of them.
I love that the hashes are tighter inside. Makes my job harder.
Making it harder for Harris. That crowd really noisy here at Princess Auto Stadium. What a hurdle there by A.J. Ouellette.
Up into the face mask. That's going to be a penalty every time from a player safety standpoint.
First down, Ouellette. Breaking tackles. Keeps going. A.J. Ouellette trying to cut it back. Still another great pickup for Ouellette, as mentioned, at 89, 25-yard line for Trevor Harris as the crowd here at Princess Auto Stadium gets louder. Harris to the right, open, caught. Keyshawn Johnson, first catch of this game, and a first down for Saskatchewan inside. No problem at all. Tie ball game.
He continues to try to take shots.
His last 2 games have been his least productive in terms of passing yardage. Barely over 200. Throwing here over the middle. That's caught in a crowd. As Keyshawn Johnson gets it again up to about the Rider 49 when the visiting team has the football. 2nd and 10. Pump fake. Deep shot. Oh, it's intercepted. Marcus Sayers got ahead of Pokey Wilson on that. He still has his return going here with 25 seconds on the clock till halftime. And hey, gets it up close to the Saskatchewan 50. Is
played by Marcus Sayles, recognizing the pattern concept.
The Saskatchewan 49. Harris, still time. That's caught. Gets him much closer. All the way down to the 25, so they have a shot. Couch. Just inside the left hash. Down and kicked and through. And that works out for the Riders. Looked like they wouldn't have a shot
over the course of the week.
Great tradition at the Banjo Bowl. Bomber fans love that. There's Collaros, intercepted to Marcus Fields over the middle. A deep shot, and the return is still going for Fields. Down the sideline and out of bounds. Fields. Tremendous return after another pick thrown.
And then this is what I'm talking about. So much zone. Fields has time because the ball's up in the air. He's in a zone position to run underneath it and make a play on the football. Nice by Fields, recognizing it, undercutting it. Then Zach Collaros trying to make the tackle at the end of the play.
2nd and long again, Saskatchewan. Down by 7, but threatening. Deep in the Winnipeg zone. 3-man rush. Harris, he takes off again. And he gets it down to about the 5. Looks like a first down and goal coming up here for Saskatchewan. Earlier today, Saskatchewan from the break and tying this one up. Ouellette, 3, 2, 1, touchdown Saskatchewan Roughriders. 2nd straight week against Winnipeg. A.J. Ouellette has a rushing touchdown.
And A.J. Ouellette breaks the tackle. Brammer does a nice job creating a little bit of a lane. Jamarcus Hardrick pushing the defensive lineman into
25 points on the board, a 1-point game. 2nd down and long. Harris has time and completes it for another first down across midfield. That's Dante Myers. It's a 1-point difference starting the 4th. Winnipeg leading. But here comes Saskatchewan down close to the Bomber 50. On first down, and coming back for that is Joe Robustelli. Good run after the catch to Robustelli. After contact, and he picks up even more down inside the Winnipeg 35. Joe Couch will put it down at the Winnipeg 41. Lother and field goals is 2 for 2. Big one here. And inside the right upright, he is 3 for 3. And family of Tyrone Jones here today to see him so honored in the Ring of Honor here at Winnipeg. From the end zone, Trevor Harris. Deep shot, Robustelli. Oh, they got out of a jam in a real hurry. One play. As yes, they're trying to silence this crowd at Princess Auto Stadium. Goal department. This from the 33 in the left half. Heading right and does head through inside that right upright.
Ball Brady Oliveira mixing it up.
Call it a gain of 5 and 2nd and 5. Strapler. The fake. The throw. And it's intercepted. Intended for Dylan Mitchell. Ends up in the hands of Tevon Campbell, who had the interception on the two-point try at the end of the game last week on Labor Day.
Watches, he's patient, he sees the ball trying to be thrown, falls back inside. The ball's thrown too far outside. He gave up on the deep route, knows it's going to be an underneath throw, falls back inside as it's thrown. A little bit outside by, a lot outside by Strebler.
Progress impeded there by Holmes on that penalty. And it is up to the 39, Saskatchewan. Tommy Stevens is in. He faked Ouellette and he slides up for what looks to be a first down near the 50.
For a pass play.
Clock continues ticking. Down to a minute and a half here in this Banjo Bowl. 18-13 Riders. Harris back in. Completes it to Dante Myers. And picks up more yardage after the catch to get it down inside the Winnipeg 35. Score game, but the biggest variety of 8 points for Lother. Puts it up. Puts it through. And Saskatchewan 11 seconds away from closing this out and winning the Banjo Bowl for the first time in 7 years.
That's why the Bombers have been so successful the past years, hosting in so many Grey Cups, because they're in first place.
Big tackle. Tavon Campbell coming in on Vavel with 6 seconds to go.
Forgotten his abilities to play special teams in the NFL. Great tackle.
It's a week after Tanner Cadwallader of Winnipeg did something similar to Mario Alford down near the end zone at the end of the first half.
The Stampeders jumping out, getting ready to take care of their business.
So here we go, Strebler. Running around. Still on his feet. Chucks it deep. See what happens here. Intercepted. Another turnover. And fitting, it's Tavon Campbell who picks up another one. His third in 2 games against Winnipeg. And that seals it for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, winning the Banjo Bowl for the first time since 2018, sweeping the 2 games, Labor Day and the Banjo Bowl for the first time as well.
We wrap up week 15 on the schedule with a wet one at Mosaic Stadium between the Alouettes and the Riders. It's been raining all day here in Regina, but not even that can put a damper on a 10-2 start. Letcher waits back just inside his 15 for Montreal, and some movement here. And it was a 3rd and 2, and that could change things.
Offense is already walking out.
Offside. Montreal number 98.
I'm wondering if Logan Ferland moved the ball. It looked like 36-yarder just inside that right hash. Couch to hold. That kick is up, and it is just good. Snuck it in. So 2nd and long for Harris. Joe at the 50. He's got it, and it's a first down for the Riders. Team leading 4th catch of the game. We'll see if Montreal backs off. And they do. They only send 3. Harris with time. Down the field. Drops it in there. Moves to the end zone. Touchdown Riders. Keyshawn Johnson's 4th of the year. And then the 200 in the career of Trevor Harris.
200 touchdown pass, and boy, did the Riders need it tonight. I think it's Dequoy that cuts underneath this, and he had to concentrate because I don't think he could see it. Dequoy cuts underneath and just misses it. Keyshawn Johnson comes up with it.
And Harris finds Johnson. Lother puts it up and through, and it's an 8-point game. Alouettes 5 on that line for now, and they'll send all 5. Harris gets it away. Joe's got it again, and it's a first down in midfield, his 5th catch of the ball game. At 4:30 in the morning in Vancouver, we confirmed that today.
And I didn't see the refs there, so.
Here's Harris, down the field, drops it in there just outside the 20. Tommy Neal, his biggest play of the ball game, and Saskatchewan in business. Rushing touchdowns on the year. It'll be 1st and goal from the Alouette 1. Stevens pushing it ahead, and he's in. Touchdown Riders. Just enough. The Alouettes are going to argue it. Well, that was
was called quickly by the official.
Sankey hates the call. Beverett thinks that Jason Moss should challenge this, although I don't think I've ever seen a challenge on the goal line.
But an important drive, they'll still need more. So this could help. 10 plays, 70 yards. To snap it on a 2nd and 2. Is that an A.J. ball? Yes, it is. Counters it back. Finds some space and rumbles outside the 45 as the Riders mark.
Field position is there to make it a one-possession game.
Harris over the middle. Big pop by Beverett, but Tommy Neal hangs on. No worries. Harris is at 235 yards through the air, looking to add to it here. Duncan Busby's got a first down before being forced out of bounds with 10.5 on the again. 2nd and goal here. It's going to be A.J. Ouellette again. Can he finish it this time, trying to push ahead? Touchdown, Riders. Ouellette finishes it off. And a glimmer of hope with 9 minutes on the clock.
No early movement, no offside. Ouellette, yeah, ball across the play.
He looked like he was ready to walk out there, and they called him back. So
he was going to do it whether the coach wanted him to or not.
Say, yeah, he looked like he was ready. His only start. At over 200 yards, touchdown, no picks in that victory. And he moves it quickly. Duncan Busby breaks the tackle. He'll take it down inside the 50.
You can do that when you're up as much as they are right now.
Cheat a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, try to pad the stats.
There, a good throw, finds Myers. Myers all the way down, end zone. Touchdown. How about that? Dante Myers takes it home. And Jake Mayer strikes quickly.
Montreal's got to quickly dial it back up and find the middle ground there, because like a lot of white jerseys.
For Myers, that's the team lead among receivers.
Will help their receiving crew.
Well, they've had some guys really step up. Season one of them not playing tonight. Will Mastelli. Mayer bouncing around the pocket. Can he find somebody? He's just going to dump it off. Keyshawn Johnson makes the move. Stays on his feet. Picks up a first down for Saskatchewan. You want to talk about DBs a little bit more?
No, I'm good.
Here's Anderson bringing the crowd what's left to their feet. He's had a chance to shine a little bit of time through the air.
Thank you, Kate, and hi, everybody, and welcome to Edmonton on a late September Saturday afternoon, the second meeting of the season between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Edmonton Elks. Foot injury, missed a few weeks and then came back, played a couple more, and yeah, he's been out since then, late July. 1st and 10. Harris throwing to the left, intercepted, and then it's coughed up. So it goes into the Elks' hands. It was Kenneth Logan Jr. with the pick, but then he gets hit from behind.
On a play. No matter where you're playing, no matter what position you're playing, keep hustling, keep running to the ball. You never know. Logan makes a nice interception, dropping underneath coverage, but because Daniel Johnson kept with the play.
Brock Mogensen, first year out of South Dakota. Pressure coming in, Baldonado. Right on Cody Fajardo, and takes him down for a huge loss back at the Edmonton 30. He's a member of the Toronto Argonauts, so looking for that mark again to do it today. Close to midfield in the 2nd down and 6. Harris, lots of time, and finds a Joe. And a first down again for Saskatchewan. So a 2nd and 10. The Rider 27. Edmonton up a point, looking for pressure coming in. And it's Mike Rose, and the ball did come out. It looked like after Fajardo went down, but Rose picking up the sack. His 90. A run from right up the middle for a touchdown against the Stampeders here. So Leak in the backfield. Now more pressure on Fajardo, who can't get rid of it. This time it's Caleb Sanders. And that defensive line of Saskatchewan, not just the starters, but the rotational players too.
And right now the Elks are playing very well on that side of the ball.
And remember, too, Edmonton ranks last, 9th in the CFL in defense, putting on a show today. There's Keyshawn Johnson, as Saskatchewan will see if they can just...
That the defensive backs for the Elks will be playing off a little bit, don't want to get anybody in behind them.
From the 52, it's caught, and it's into the Edmonton zone, and it's Johnson in 12. Spotting it down at the 44 for the first points for the Riders. Heading off and heading through, and indeed they are not shut out in the first half. Something to show for it.
See if they can play that well in the second half here.
Second down and long. Trevor Harris looking off to the left and coming down, sliding down and catching it. Samuel Emelis. And a big first down for Saskatchewan. And
Lockley, just at the end of the half, the Julian Grant catch. This is another really tough one. Ball behind him, going down, and catches it right off the shoulder pad.
Who knows? Maybe Mogensen won an Enoch autograph. Here's A.J. Ouellette. They start deep in their zone, but this is certainly going to help Saskatchewan. Big burst by 45 and 11.
It was a big play and a great close.
It's up at the 35, a 2nd and 10. Riders. Harris gets rid of it to Dante Myers, and great work after the catch by Myers to get another Rider first down. Took a hit. Rider fans everywhere. We've said that many times. A lot of them here in Edmonton. There's the toss to A.J. Ouellette across the 50, 45, 40. Over 1,000 and still counting. A.J. Ouellette gets it down to the Edmonton 20. 1,000-yard rushing season and a big play there, his biggest on the day.
We talked about that with a lot of different teams, but this team seems to love block downfield.
Riders need a touchdown. A.J. Ouellette! Does he get it? Touchdown, Saskatchewan Roughriders, and what a drive for their leading rusher. Goes over 1,000 yards and picks up 6 points at the end of it.
See if he got in before the knee went down. This will automatically be reviewed anyway. Contact made there by Mogensen. Twist, hand down. That's not down. That's a touchdown.
Over 100 yards in the game, over 1,000 yards in the season. Blitz coming quickly. Fajardo and gets it to Julian Grant. With the and the ball comes out. The whistle's already gone. Kosi Onyeka taking it down into the end zone for what would be a Rider touchdown. But we heard whistles blow with Julian Grant as he had the catch and taken down.
Or if he was down by contact first and take the whistle out of the discussion for a second. Well, it looks like the ball was out. But I did hear the whistle at one point, and they may rule forward progress here.
Saskatchewan is challenging the play for down by contact. After review by the replay center, we have an Edmonton fumble and a clear recovery by Saskatchewan. It'll be first down.
So they are giving them the ball. Lauther's made one, and he's missed a few as well from 50 and 56. This is a shorter one, and he does get that one through. And a big
better at the math. I'm working on it.
I'm deliberately taking it easy on you on playoff scenarios, although I do have one up my sleeve here. There's Tommy Neal across midfield and pushing his way through. 18 on the clock. Harris. The throw. Caught! Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Tommy Neal. 25 yards. Is that a quiet game?
He's going to look off any possible safety help. And he scored. Is an onside necessary, or can you kick it deep and still get the ball back in time with the 2-0?
Well, we do have the point after kick 3. 16 seconds on the clock. Riders still in their own zone. Harris stepping up. Deeper throw. Got him. Keyshawn Johnson. Here we go again. Down to the 15. 8 seconds. Heartbreak they had in Southern Ontario.
Here they come.
Pressure coming. Flag is out.
Free play.
And a free play Saskatchewan to Johnson down at the 1 with 1 second to go on the clock. 1 second on the clock. Tommy Stevens, short yardage specialist, dives, has the touch.
Saskatchewan gets into the end zone in a dramatic drive in the final minute, and now they are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game in
fourth. On the new rules that have been discussed over the last week, let's not ever mess with the final 3 minutes in the time.
Well, you could not ask for a better night in Ottawa as we get set to kick off Week 18 with the second and final meeting of the season between the Red Blacks and the Roughriders.
Easy recognition for Trevor.
Looking for a couple more as Harris gets it away. Quick hitter. That's a first down midfield. A little bit more. Tommy Neal pushing away and rumbles all the way down inside the Ottawa 8-1 start. Stuck in neutral over the last month and a little bit. Harris over the middle. First down to the 25. Look, stands in behind his quarterback. Ottawa is going to bring some pressure. Harris gets it away over the middle. Johnson just short of the end zone. Another crack at it for A.J. Ouellette, trying to find a path to the end zone. Pushing in, and he's there. Touchdown, Riders. Saskatchewan drives the field on the board first here in Ottawa.
Couple of short yardage situation. A.J. Ouellette, the new wrinkle from this Rider offense.
Looking to put some points on the board here early in the second. Brown looks to his right, throws to his right, and that is taken away. Intercepted, and they're going to go back the other way with Brooks. He's going to take it to the 30. Nobody's going to catch him. This is a pick six the other way. Touchdown, Riders. First CFL touchdown for Antoine Brooks Jr.
Brooks is the low player to the wide side of the field. He just gets underneath this slant to Eugene Lewis. There is a space. The space has got to be wider than where Brooks is. Brooks reads the quarterback's eyes, runs this all the way back, gets some cheering from his.
Harris with A.J. Ouellette to his right. Brooks has Keyshawn Johnson in the corner, dumps it off. There's a flag. Got it to Ajo. It's a couple of yards on each of them. Second and 8 for Brown. Riders only sent 4. Brown from the pocket. Down the field. Intercepted again. Oh, no. A.J. Allen this time steps underneath and takes it away. And things go from bad to worse for Drew Brown and the Red Blacks.
How deep A.J. Allen is. As you see this, he's so deep. It's very difficult to throw that in that spot. There's 2 players right there. He's got to go somewhere else with the football, or else you got to throw the perfect ball. You got to throw it high like you did on Eugene Lewis. But when a player's defense is going to have to help this offense create some takeaways.
Just 11 of 19 in the opening half. Brown down the field. Over the middle. Taken away again. You've got to be kidding me. This time it is Thurman. Third interception of the game for the Riders defense. And disaster. Oh, boy. Going to want that one back to Thurman's third of the year. Harris looks to his right, throws in that direction, laying out for it on the near sideline. Schaefer Baker.
On the sideline. Just outside the hands. I believe Robert Priester trying to get that. Or Fry, that's Fry right there. Amazing catch, throw on the sideline. You got to get more takeaways, start pressuring more, do something to even this to make it -2 to -1.
Harris gets this one away quickly to Myers, finds a little bit of space right up the middle. Now the race is on, and look at this burst. Myers will take it to the 20, all the way down to the end zone. Touchdown, Riders. A quick strike for 66. Myers. Maybe a final dagger in Ottawa.
Myers leads this team with 30-plus plays. This is just a slant, and then when you break tackles and everybody else is blitzed, there's a lot of space to run. Breaks it back outside.
Great. Has found 40 yards yet. Second and 8 for Harris. Under pressure, trying to escape, throws it ahead with his left hand, I think. And the He'll be stopped just short.
There's a little bit of pressure coming in as he doesn't see his primary. Bryce Carter's about to get him down. Finds the throw underneath to Hudon, Thomas Hudon.
They need 3 yards. A.J. Ouellette stands in to the left of Trevor Harris. Ottawa's going to bring some heat. Harris waits. Down the field. Looking for Myers. Finds him again. This time he's tackled just outside the 5. A touchdown saver from Ambers. To make sure that wasn't a house call. Crum. We're just inside the 20. He's in trouble. And he's going to be taken down immediately. Mike Rose gets there.
Hard time believing this is not going to be a run play.
Yeah, A.J. Ouellette's got to get this ball, doesn't he? Yeah. No, they're going to throw it. Keyshawn Johnson's got it. It's a first down, Riders. We were way off, Flappo.
Well, huge. I mean, huge, because if that's it.
A bit of pressure here. Will they send it? No, they only send 4. Harris looks to his left. Now over the middle. Down the field. Wide open. Inside the 30. He goes back to Myers. Season high in receiving yards for Myers. And a bit of a breeze in the air, but other than that, a beautiful evening in Regina as we kick off Week 19 with the Riders and Argos on Friday Night Football. 2 teams on different paths right now. 2 touchdowns over 4 years in Toronto. 4 this year for the Riders for Tommy Neal. Harris looking to throw again over the middle. Has a man. Midfield, a little bit of room to run. And Emilus will take it down inside the 20 before they eventually wrap him up. Big play, Harris to Emilus. This season, A.J. Ouellette will stand to the left to Trevor Harris. 3 to the right, 2 to the left, throws to the right, down to the 5, looking to the end zone, in. Touchdown, Riders! Robustelli back in the lineup and back in the end zone, his 3rd of the season. He's had some big games here in his 2nd season as a Saskatchewan Roughrider. In tonight in place of Dante Myers, who's injured. We know Myers. A.J. Ouellette will stand in behind Trevor Harris. Harris, a couple of quick steps. Far side, drops it in there. And it's back in the hands of Emilus. It's over 65 on 2 catches. Toronto will bring 5 this time. Harris, near side, wide open. Schaefer Baker, and he takes it down inside the 50. That's his first touch of the game, his 2nd. And Dante Myers, 1,000-yard receiver this year, out of the lineup. They're a little deep at the position, aren't they?
Crazy.
Lothar back in the lineup, sneaks one through the upright for Keyshawn Johnson this year. Harris throwing down the field. There's a flag as he drops it in neatly near sideline. Robustelli's got it. We'll have to see what this penalty is, but Robustelli's been a big play guy. This one goes for 44. This season. 2nd 37-yard attempt of the game for Lothar. This one is up, and he's 2 for 2 to start the game. This season. 18 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown last week for Ouellette. Harris gets this one away. Down the field, lays it out there, and is it held on to? Emilus pointing, saying, I had it. And they'll say, we agree with you. That's a catch, 24 yards. Well, let's give you another look.
And he's pushed.
This is a new rule where when the toe goes down, if the rest of the foot comes down out of bounds, which it looks like it did here, as long as the toe hit inbounds first, it's going to be a catch. To go 3 for 3 in the first half. It is up, and he's got it again. Lothar is dialed in at home here on a Friday night. Yards for Daggy. Team down 8 as we start the 3rd quarter. Daggy bouncing around, runs out of room, and it's taken down by the Saskatchewan defense. A.J. Allen. Trevor Harris starts in his own 38. Right back to A.J. Ouellette, finds a hole, spins ahead, first down, and that's how you get a little bit of redemption after the fumble. 2nd and 9, just shy of midfield for Harris.
Looks to his left. Deep shot. Down the field. Drops it in there far side. Hauled in. Schaefer Baker.
Along with the Philpott twins were part of that 2022 draft class with Emelis.
Harris towards the end zone. Got it. Touchdown Riders. Tommy Neild versus his former club has his 5th major of the year.
For his teammate Jamarcus Hardrick in celebration. Tommy Neild gets in behind the linebacker.
And he makes no mistake, 4 for 4 on the night.
To execute at that time.
Harris, now he's going to look deep down the field, hold in. Oh, are you kidding me, Emelis? That's filthy stuff. Harris.
This one. And Trevor Harris. No doubt going there all the way. Emelis picks it off the nameplate of Delonte Hood.
Looked even better in slow-mo. This one straight away, 22. 5 for 5 for the veteran kicker.
So important. These fans will do whatever they can to disrupt it.
Daggy, deep drop, gets it away. Over the middle, intercepted. Taken away at midfield. A.J. Allen has it, but there's a flag back by Daggy. Oh, is this roughing the passer again?
There's no flag on the previous play.
Oh, baby.
Here you'll see the hit that was debated. Shoulder to the chest, didn't lead with his helmet or anything, and the ball had just gone.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Welcome to Winnipeg on this cool mid-October Friday night. Another meeting between two old rivals, only this time it's Saskatchewan clinching first in the West, with the Bombers still need to win. Bombers at 8-8 will get the football first, coming off a 5-point loss at Commonwealth to the Edmonton Elks last week. Brett Lother to get it started. Friday night football in Winnipeg in the 3rd meeting of the season between these two rivals. Trey Babel, always dangerous on the return as he gets it to the 35 and cuts back over the 40. And about the 43, ball's loose. Riders say they have it. Babel on the return. They discuss right now. It is Saskatchewan football. We've seen.
Try to get out in front in this ball game. Babel had a nice return going there, but Kerfula Exume, originally a Blue Bomber draft pick. Terrific special teamer is the guy who punched the ball out on the tackle.
To Houston, it's Jack Cohn in for short yardage now for the Riders. Takes it and breaks the plane for the Saskatchewan touchdown. What a start for a team that's already clinched first place and a bye to the West Final after the fumble on the kickoff and the pass interference.
Stevens, he's on the injured list. Jack Cohn looking to
game. Fumble off the kickoff, pass interference and the flea flicker. The touchdown by Cohn, and then the point after by Brett Lother to tie the score with the kickoff from Castillo now. On the Rider return. Mario Alford across the 30, 35. He's got something going midfield and more for Mario Alford. Well, more on that Wilson Classic. Their first meeting of the year back September. Passing. Jake Mayer. It's caught. It's the first down to the 25. And that is Sean Bain, who used to this one less than that, about 39 yards now. Bad points for the Riders, and he does. By Crandon. Jake Mayer. Good time. Nearly ran out of it. He takes off. Jake Mayer on the run, and then sort of slides as he gets up close to a first down. It'll be very close.
the travel of being on the road that's an issue, but they love having these fans behind them.
Wish that they could take them with them anywhere they went. Don't mind being on the road. That's Antoine Brooks Jr. in there, and some heat on Calaras. Lots of beef up front. Strebler on the keeper and didn't get much. He had to get to the 45. This wasn't just a yard. This was a couple of yards that they needed. Again,
they got it with people pointing, offense hanging on the field, but almost right away on this one, the Bombers' offense started marching off. Their defense started marching on, as there was not a lot of movement to be had. Quick passes coming.
Need to get a little closer. Brett Lawther is hit from 59 this year. To the right again. That'll certainly get them close enough to try it. That's a Joe with his first catch.
Gives Saskatchewan an opportunity to get those points instead.
From the 42 for the lead, and it is good. Got it down close to a touchdown in the first half. Set up goal to go. Here's Colaris. Flushed out. Pump fake. And he gets tackled nicely. It is Antoine Brooks Jr. coming in and taking him down for a loss of a couple of yards. Riders have a stable of experienced receivers, even with their top three not playing in this game tonight. Time for Mayer. Can't find anyone. Jake Mayer finally does throw it, and right down to the sideline, and caught there by Picton. And this is the biggest one.
Yeah, and this is a fantastic play by Picton. Watch the feet as he keeps them planted, just leans his body. Toes remaining in bounds even as he goes down.
To give Saskatchewan the lead again. And this one only from the 23. And Lawther is 3 for 3 in the game. They lead it right now by 2. Got momentum on their side. Jake Mayer been eating up lately too. There is Tommy Neild. A catch and a first down across the 45. That's 11 straight completions all of a sudden.
And the Saskatchewan Roughriders have demonstrated they ain't going home anytime soon.
2nd and 10 now. Jack Cohn at quarterback, Saskatchewan. Deep. And a little struggle for it. Jamal Parker for Winnipeg. And Mitch Picton for Saskatchewan. And the Riders think the possession should belong to the green and white as they discuss.
Outside receiver here is working down that sideline. Parker goes up and gets a hand in there.
One of the rare bright spots, that play in the second half for Winnipeg. Play action fake. Colaris buys some time. Intercepted. DeMarcus Fields. Coverage on Jareth Stearns. He arrived later. He picked it off. And that snuffs out any promise of a Bomber drive to retake the lead.
Spot. Consistent starter there. Stearns coming from the bottom of your screen, working across. Fields recognizes it. Coming up from his deep drop.
The 2025 CFL regular season wraps up on a beautiful Saturday at Mosaic Stadium in Regina with the 3rd meeting of the year between the Lions and the Roughriders.
Positions. So that's going to change in the playoffs.
Harris down the middle, first down. Drops it in there. Cohn already has 1 rushing touchdown this season, looking for a second. He'll get there. You see a flag fly at the bottom of the screen. It's a touchdown for the Riders and an immediate response.
The penalty decline resulted in play the touchdown.
We declined, touchdown Sask. And a new kicker, Brett Lawther, is on the 1-game injured list. So
that's hard to believe. All right, Michael Hughes, what do you got? Entire province watching right now, and he puts it home. The year would be just the 2nd duel in Lions history to hit that mark. 2nd and 6 here for Rourke. Hanging in the pocket, trying to escape, tripped up and goes down, takes a big loss on the play. He's saying, did they get my face mask?
It feels like there's been a lot of pick sixes this year.
Harris gets that one away quickly, and it's held on to for a final minute opening quarter. Pretty good one so far. Cohn busting through, takes it down to the 20. A nice pickup from Cohn for the Riders.
2nd and 11 here. Riders are bringing a little bit of pressure. Rourke feels it. He's in trouble. Can he escape? No. They'll take him down at the 50. We've seen him.
And it never looks the same as it does on TV.
All right. Harris, man's in there. Far side, drops it in there neatly. Back to Schaefer Baker. If you can get that beast going.
Pass protection.
2nd and 8 for Harris. Throwing down here, over the middle again, and hauled in again. Oh, have yourself a game. Schaefer Baker. Schaefer Baker in the slot to the right of Harris. Looks in that direction. Flush out of the pocket. Harris on the run. Takes off. Down inside the 20. And yes, he does slide. And a first down, Sully. Finish this thing off. Can he find a path to the end zone? He is in. Touchdown, Riders. Yeah, Cone finishes the deal.
Without Tommy Stevens, in all seriousness, to make sure that you're...
And that one powered through.
Off and hook slip.
Pyramiding penalty called on the Lions as the Riders kicking this off from the 40. That's all the way through the end zone. Tack on another one. Saskatchewan for locking in for the West Final here at Mosaic. Rourke looks to his right. That's where he throws, and that's intercepted. Taken away. Lacombo's got it. His first of the season. Steps in underneath that pass and says, thank you very much, Mr. Rourke.
Lacombo just slides over, reads his throwing motion, and takes it away. This is the one he wants to get it to. McInnes is, I'm not sure if there was just indecision between that bender route to McInnes or Eberhard over the top on the seam route. Nelson Lacombo slides in there and says, thank you, I'll take my first interception of the season.
First of his career in over 50 games. Only 7 in their last 5 games. Already have surrendered 18 to the Riders in this one. There's a Joe from Jake Mayer. First down, takes it just inside the Lion 50. 2nd and 10 for Rourke here. Perry will move over in the slot to his right. Rourke gets it away, finds Hatcher looking for the end zone. Ball pops out, and it's going to be picked up by Campbell. He's going to go the other way. I thought I might have heard a whistle. Campbell's going to get it to midfield, down to the 40, now to the 30. Will they catch him? No! Touchdown the other way. Campbell does it again. But I thought I heard a whistle down near the end zone.
There's an official standing right by the 5-yard line. Had an interesting one last night. And does that ball cross the plane when he reaches?
Oh.
When he reaches over his head, right? Get the freeze in a couple more frames.
I don't know.
Does that cross the plane?
Does he still have control at that moment?
Different look, different angle.
The previous play is under review by the replay center.
Replay center is going to have to go to work here. DeMarcus Field.
Upon the automatic review by the replay center, we have a fumble that was recovered by Saskatchewan at the 3-yard line. However, since the play was whistled, we can't give Saskatchewan the ball beyond the 3-yard line. It's going to be first down Saskatchewan at the 3-yard line.
So when the play was whistled,
that
it's dead ball, ends the play. Be some discussion going back to last night's game about that, I'm sure. Yeah. All right, so 1st and 10 from the Riders 3. High snap, Mayer goes and gets it. Bertrand Hudon, pretty good carry from the backup running back. And he just keeps going, and that's going to be a first down, I think. 3 minutes to wrap the regular campaign. Mayer gets it away. Picton's got it, broke a tackle, takes it down inside the 40 before he's wrapped up by Ronald Kent Jr.
Over 300 yard a game passing
game. Went toe-to-toe with Winnipeg last week with a bunch of guys sitting as well. Tackle broken, first down, picked up. Duncan Busby gets it done. Ronald Kent Jr. on another tackle tonight. And he makes no mistake there. Lots of leg to go on that one. And the run. 6-3 on the road. They've been good everywhere. BC sends 3. Mayer gets it away, and he's got a first down. A little bit of zip on that one. Mayer looks to find 8 more. Down the field, over the middle. Jo's got it, and it's a first down for the Riders.
We are bundled and ready to go, Kate. Welcome to a chilly day on the prairie in the first Western final here in 6 years. The first between the Riders and BC Lions here in over 60 years, Glenn. Final in Winnipeg. So Harris to go to work beyond his 40 in the first Rider possession now. And handing it off to big A.J. Ouellette. Breaks a tackle, breaks loose. Good pickup on first down. Could be a steady dive at number 45 of the Riders offense and a 12-yard pickup.
One that the Lions ended up winning and needed to for home field.
Of course, if you ask him, he should be playing every down.
Yeah,
every down he can. He didn't like sitting against Winnipeg in the second last game. The punt by Jesse Mirko rolls into the end zone as McGee will chase it, and looks like, yes, we'll have our first point of this Western final. It is a rouge. A little underthrown. Williams had a break on it, and a chance to pick it. 2nd and 10. Harris reloads, and a shorter one off to the right. It is caught. A first down and more for Robustelli. Biggest pickup in this young game for the Roughriders to get it up to their 40.
That was
very sophisticated, but you talk about elite careers, and he's having one, and wants to win a Grey Cup as a starter, and he's got A.J. Ouellette in his backfield, and that never hurts, especially on a day like this. Gave the chance for the walk-off win and a trip to Mosaic. And here we go in a 1st and 10 at midfield. Rourke, pump fake, they've got him. The Riders get to him. Malik Carney, Haba Baldonado in there. Still early in the second quarter. And trying to get their offense going here. A.J. Ouellette. Oh, a little jump by Ouellette after a pickup. Big man with an athletic move there. 16 more yards for A.J. Ouellette. And
it's up on Trevor Harris's right, and then he just breaks back through the A gap. Play right over T.J. Lee. Up and over. DBs always want to go low on a big distraction.
Del Duncan Busby had that catch, and it is a 2nd and short again. Throwing this time. And it's caught. Still going is Schaefer Baker. Kean Schaefer Baker, who's missed a lot of time this season with injury. Getting another playoff start. And a short field goal try outside the 20 with Mirko putting it down. No problem at all for Brett Lother.
And the guys were 2 yards short a bunch of times.
So let's see in a 2nd and 5 for Harris. Throwing again. And it's caught. First down and more. Kean Schaefer Baker. And inside the BC 35. And played in only 5 games this season, but he's had a couple of big catches in this one. That one sets up the Riders, and Harris throwing again, and it's caught again. Inside the 20, and another first down for Del Duncan Busby. Harris, 13 and 19 overall for 139, deep in the Lions zone in a 2nd and 10. Running out of time, and he steps up and takes off. Running and sliding is Trevor Harris, looking for the first down and close to it inside the 10. It is. Trevor Harris.
Begin the debate.
Offense stays out. Looking for that TD. They got it. Touchdown Saskatchewan. The 3rd down gamble pays off. And it's Kean Schaefer Baker with a touchdown in the Western final that has put the Riders back on top.
Schaefer Baker, again, little double move there. He hesitates on T.J. Lee for just a
injury. Has himself a big touchdown in the Western final with a point after from Brett Lother.
Thurman Allen right there.
And now a look for Hatcher. Bobble picked off Saskatchewan. Oh my goodness. Sails ends up in his. You have to be kidding me. And what's gone on here for Saskatchewan?
Well, this one's on Hatcher. This is the leading receiver in the league. He's got to make this catch or else it's danger time, and it turns out C.J. Rivas is there to tip it up, and his teammate Marcus Sales.
Rider offensive line, and A.J. Ouellette adding to his yardage. Has it again. Cuts it up. And Ouellette, not to be denied, gets it up near the 40. Couple of big running plays for A.J. Ouellette. Game from the Saskatchewan 42. 5 minutes to go till three-quarter time, and a 4-point difference in a four-man rush. Harris, and he completes it for a first down across midfield. Dante Myers, one of the top receivers of the Riders this season. Now, the BC 53, so into the Lions zone. Go the Riders. Harris with time to the right. Wide open is Emilus. First down and more. Stiff arm there for Robert Carter, and finally thrown out of bounds. Fighting for just a little bit more yardage. BC turned it over right back near the goal line. Back comes Saskatchewan, and Brett Lother remains perfect on the night. Another field goal for Lother. Nathan Rourke, who had a college teammate with the Ohio Bobcats by the name of A.J. Ouellette. Rourke making that play, but can he this time? No! They got him. Down goes Rourke, and it is Brooks coming in, getting another chance to sack the Lions QB.
Unreal.
Great momentum swings in the second half alone. Harris trying to get it going again. Tommy Neal, the catch and the run, and quickly down inside the BC 40. Neal, and a pickup of 31 yards. First down, here comes Saskatchewan at the BC 26. First and 10. Harris with time, and off to the right. It is caught, and spinning and working closer to the 15 is Sam Emilus. Gonna kick the 3. Field goal unit on for Brett Lother. Down and through. So Corey Mace are going. Who will join them? BC in the driver's seat. Rourke takes off. No! Stopped. And Mace's defense does its job again.
Lions perspective to have a quarterback draw. This is a designed quarterback draw, but that block by Horvath just didn't get the job done. The young tailback steps up for James Butler. He tried to block.
The Riders start a critical drive at their 34. 1:03 on the clock. Harris with time. Over the middle, wide open is Emilus. Samuel Emilus across midfield into the Lions zone on one.
180! What is it?
And Harris. It's caught. Emilus again. Driving to get to the first down, and does. Second and 4. Three-man rush again. Underneath, caught by Ouellette. First down, head down. Just inside the 25. Harris, inside the 5, it's caught! Dante Myers with the catch of his life at the BC 3. Harris, end zone! Touchdown! Touchdown, Tommy Neal! Seconds to go. They were wrestling for it.
In the offense. They will take a look at this, as they do every touchdown. But if it's a tie, it goes to the offense. It goes to Tommy Neal. A 7-play drive, 76 yards. Time running down. I haven't seen anything yet that would overturn that.
After automatic review by the replay center, called in the field stands. It's a touchdown.
Riders with a point after try by Brett Lother to make it a 3-point game. From the BC 41, 5 seconds to go in this West Final. Rourke throws it back. Eberhardt, this is the last play as they throw it around. Going backwards. Andrew Pearson had it and he kicked it. And that's it. That's it. It's Saskatchewan's time. After a 5-year run by the Bombers, the West has a new best. The Saskatchewan Roughriders going to the Grey Cup for the first time in 12 years. A Canadian football hotbed, home of the division dynasty that ruled the West for half a decade until their greatest rival took over and staked its claim. The Saskatchewan Roughriders have been the CFL's top team, but have not won a championship in 12 years. Standing in their way, an old Eastern nemesis, the Montreal Alouettes, just 2 years removed from their 8th title, looking to complete their grind for 9. From Manitoba's capital, welcome to Grey Cup 112. Like Cole Speaker and Austin Mack, and of course Philpott and Tyler Sneed as well, the leading receiver for the Alouettes. Here we go on a 1st and 10, and a deep shot looking for Philpott. It's intercepted. Marcus Sayles has it, came back and got it, stole it away from Philpott, and gets the return up to the Saskatchewan 37. Did not have to wait long for a turnover. Been committed by the Alouettes.
Sayles almost baits Davis Alexander to throw this ball. You see he's in a trail position, and he just says, go ahead and throw it, and then I'll make up the distance. Great burst from number 8, Marcus Sayles. Get the first turnover of this game for the Riders.
He had 2 picks in the regular season. Marcus Sayles, 23, and another big interception for the Alouettes in that Grey Cup 2 years ago. This is Australian Jesse Mirko with the punt. Trying to pin them deep, but it rolls into the end zone for Travis Tice. So yes, we have a good old-fashioned rouge here to start up Grey Cup 112.
Let's go.
We got bigger, and he got faster, too. That 40 time certainly came down.
It improved.
After a 5-yard pickup to Emilus. Here's Harris throwing. No! It's caught by Dante Myers. Biggest offensive play for the Riders in this Grey Cup. Has it down and a first down inside the Alouette 40. Have it down at the 36. Pickup of 3 and a 2nd down and 7 now. Harris, and he gets it underneath Emilus, and afterwards runs the corner, and a big pickup for Samuel Emilus, and a first down deep into the Alouette zone. They're playing. End zone look, knocked away, denied. Kavion Ento on Dante Myers. So maybe Saskatchewan was not denied. Let's hear the result from the replay center.
Upon review by the replay center, there is defensive pass interference on Montreal number 48. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line and a first down Saskatchewan.
Tommy Stevens in. Straight to the left, backs in, over the plane to the goal line, and a touchdown Saskatchewan.
Boy, Najee Murray did his best to try and stop maybe the best short yardage. But Tommy Stevens, you cannot deny him that yard or two. Haven't been all season. I mean,
rushing touchdowns in the regular season. Missed the final 4 games, but comes back. First year with the Riders.
Corner routes and
he was the Grey Cup MVP in 2019. Harris quickly again. Key and Schaefer Baker. And here come the Riders across midfield, down to the Alouette 50, and another first down Saskatchewan. Fell behind 7-1, but their offense has been moving. Little play fake, and then off to Ouellette. Out of the backfield, he's got a head of steam. A.J. Ouellette rumbling down inside the 20. Another first down Saskatchewan. Often money in the bank from this distance. And Big Stevens gets that, and that's some. Legs still chugging as he works it down for bonus yards inside the 5. A first and goal coming up here. Ferris back in after Tommy Tommy Stevens got that first down just inside the 5. Back to A.J. Ouellette. Slips through! Touchdown, Riders! Yes, he has power. He's got some good footwork, too, as he slips through some tacklers and gets into the end zone. 22.
Great jump cut here by A.J. Ouellette. Just sees that the initial point of attack is taken up. That gap is full.
Touchdown as the Riders, with the point after for Brett Lother, add to their lead. Field goal try. Halftime looms. Alexander looking for a deep shot. Last play of the first half. He has to run around. Flag comes out. Looks to the end zone. Lots of Riders there and intercepted by Roland Milligan. As mentioned, a penalty likely declined by the Riders if it's a hold against Montreal. And that's how the first half would come to an end.
Holding. Montreal. Retenu. Montreal. Number 54. 54. Penalties declined. Penalty refusée.
The second half, which is about to get underway from Jose Maltos Diaz. 8-point Rider lead. Second half begins. Mario Alford with the ball at the Saskatchewan 25. Goes to his right. Finds some room. Gets a block. Still on his feet. Maltos Diaz trying to run him out of bounds. It was the kicker that got him. Right down around the Montreal 45, a 38-yard return. That opening kickoff return by Mario Alford from the Alouette 35. Throwing, and it's caught! Down to the 5 and inside down to the 1 is Schaefer Baker. Trevor Harris sizzling right now. Stevens takes it, touchdown. Money in the bank with 17 out there in short yardage.
Just like that. Big throw to Tommy Neild and Tommy Stevens off the right side. You are not stopping that a yard away.
What an opening to this second half of the Saskatchewan try for Brett Lother, with Mirko putting it down. And it's through again. And here we are, early second half.
On that game in 2013, I don't care who the opponent was that night, the Riders were winning that game.
Play action fake. Harris throwing right away, and it's caught. Keeps it moving. Harris is getting surgical and getting Dante Myers involved in another big first down. He's the second target of the game for Sneed, who's still without a catch. Second and 10. Number 10, Alexander sets in, feet dancing, rolls out, being chased, and it's intercepted. Third time that Alexander's picked, and this time it's Tavon Campbell.
Opposite in one throw, which you can't do. He has a couple of crossing routes, elects to take it outside, and Tavon Campbell is sitting underneath this with great hands. He goes up and high points the ball. Third interception of the night. Davis Alexander.
Yeah, I was going to say Austin Mack, the closest out receiver there. Here's Emilus after the catch. More yak yards. It's all going green and white right now.
1%. Excellent in the postseason.
Lother, the put down, drifting, but gets it through. Heading left a bit, but still finds its way.
Care about his body, staying healthy, and trying to make the Riders appreciate that they made the right decision.
And Claire, Trevor Harris is airing this one out for Emilus. Right down at the sideline for Samuel Emilus. And a big catch for Saskatchewan.
And Trevor Harris just throws Emilus open. He wants to keep it away from the defender. Throw it on that outside shoulder because Lorenzo Burns was close enough to try and make a play on that. If that...
A second down and 2 from the 3. Shea Patterson. Ball comes out. Who has it? What a turnover this would be for the Roughriders. He tried to push it in. And it's Saskatchewan football in the hands of Kearney. Right down near the end zone, and Patterson coughed it up. And Saskatchewan takes over.
CFL, he steps into Mason here, the fullback, and I'm talking about Tavon Campbell. out of the U of R, coming off the edge, returns home this year to rejoin the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And now the ball is on the goal line, so that brings it out to the 30, and it's ruled a fumble recovery in the end zone by the Riders.
So not only do they get the ball, the turnover, they get to bring it out to the 30 for where Marcus Sales recovered, and still an 8-point lead. And it's A.J. Ouellette determined now to swing this completely back in the Riders' favor with another big run to get a first down is of the essence. Under 2 minutes to go. 1:49 on the clock. Trevor Harris to the right. It's caught. First down yardage and more for Dante Myers. Got the ball and then turned it up and takes it into the L zone. Strictly about time. 6 seconds. Is it the Riders' time? Last play. Alexander needs a touchdown. Heaving it down the field into the end zone. Deflected and it falls to the field. And gray has just turned green and white. The Saskatchewan Roughriders and Trevor Harris have won the Grey Cup.
The Board of Governors, it is my honor to congratulate Riders Nation and the entire province's team, the 112th Grey Cup champions, Saskatchewan Roughriders! The Saskatchewan Roughriders celebrating the moment, one of the great moments in franchise history. The 5th time they win a Grey Cup, and you have to feel good for a lot of the local Saskatchewan kids, for Corey Mason work, and of course for Trevor Harris as well, knowing that this was the moment he truly wanted to win a cup when he was the starting QB.
Well, and the only other time they finished first and actually went to win the cup was 1966, their first year. They were the best team in the league throughout the regular season. They had a quarterback with the best completion percentage. They're right at the top of that list, and top of the list all time, who had ice running through his veins all through this game. He's a champion at 39, and he earned it. And so did the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
They continue to pass that cup around. And we'd like to thank our viewers on CTV for this Grey Cup and CBS Sportsnet as well. They'll be leaving us, but we will continue our post-game coverage. The Saskatchewan Roughriders victorious over the Montreal Alouettes. Celebration continues here at Princess Auto Stadium.